You were not born confused. You were taught to be, taught to believe that love is forever, that marriage is natural, that happiness is guaranteed. But somewhere, deep inside, you feel it, a quiet discomfort, a question you never fully ask. Why does something that is supposed to feel right often feel heavy? Why does closeness sometimes feel like pressure? Why does love slowly turn into expectation? And more importantly, why does your mind keep struggling in silence? Not because your life is broken, but because your understanding of it might be. Your suffering is not just about what happens to you, it is about what you believe it means. The mind is not a mirror, it is a storyteller. It doesn't show reality as it is, it reshapes it, colors it, distorts it. A relationship is not just a relationship, it becomes a symbol, a promise, a burden, a fear. Marriage is not just two people living together. In your mind, it becomes permanence, security, ownership, expectation. And once meaning is attached, the weight begins. You are not reacting to reality. You are reacting to the story you tell yourself about reality. Look around you. Everyone seems fine. Everyone seems stable. Everyone seems normal. But that is the illusion, because suffering is silent, comparison is constant, and honesty is rare. You look at others and assume they have figured it out. They look at you and assume the same. So everyone pretends, and no one speaks. You think your confusion is unique, your discomfort is personal, your doubts are abnormal. But they are not. They are simply unspoken. This is how isolation grows, not from being alone, but from believing that no one else feels what you feel. And slowly, your mind turns against you. Here is the truth. It is not what happens to you, but what it means to you. The same marriage can feel like freedom to one person and a prison to another. The same silence can feel peaceful or unbearable. Partner can feel like comfort or suffocation. Nothing changes, except the interpretation. Your mind is a lens, and that lens decides everything. This is not weakness, this is how the mind works. As explored in reflections like Stones and Thorns, even the same experience can either wound you or awaken you, not because the world changes, but because meaning does. You were told to ask, why is this happening to me? But that question traps you, because life has no obligation to explain itself. Instead, there is a different question, a deeper one. What does this mean to me? Because meaning is not given, it is created, and that is where your power lies. You cannot control everything, not people, not outcomes, not time, not change, but you can control how you see it. You can shift the lens from victim to observer, from confusion to awareness, from reaction to understanding. As Raghav reflects through Stones and Thorns, life is not designed to comfort you, it is designed to reveal you. And what it reveals depends on how deeply you are willing to look. What if your distress is not a problem? What if it is a signal, a quiet message that something inside you is misaligned, not broken, just misunderstood? You try to escape it, ignore it, distract yourself from it, but it returns, because it is not your enemy. It is your awareness trying to wake you up. Every discomfort is asking a question. Every conflict is pointing to a deeper truth. But you don't listen, you react, and reaction keeps you trapped, while awareness sets you free. So instead of asking, how do I fix this? Ask, what is this trying to show me? You were told that humans are special, different from nature, above it. But that is not entirely true. You are not separate from nature. You are part of it. Like every living being, you exist to survive and to continue life. Nothing more, nothing less. Nature does not care about your beliefs, your culture, your expectations. It functions without emotion. And within that system, relationships are simple. They begin, they serve a purpose, they change, they end. But the human mind complicates everything. It turns biological connections into emotional contracts. It turns temporary bonds into permanent expectations. And when reality does not match the story, pain begins. There is another truth that is rarely spoken clearly. The experience of relationships is not the same for everyone. Biology creates difference. For women, intimacy carries deeper consequences: physical, emotional, social. For men, those consequences are often lighter, and this difference shapes behavior. It shapes expectations, it shapes fears, it shapes attachment. What you call love is often a mix of these needs, not pure emotion, but survival disguised as feeling. And when these differences are misunderstood, conflict becomes inevitable, not because people are wrong, but because they are different. Marriage is not a natural phenomenon. It is a system, a structure created by society to manage responsibility, to ensure stability, to regulate reproduction, to define roles. But culture romanticizes it. It tells you, this is the destination, this is happiness. But reality is different. Marriage is not the end of struggle, it is the beginning of exposure. You begin to see everything, not just the good, but the uncomfortable, the habits, the moods, the limitations. Familiarity replaces excitement, routine replaces novelty, and the mind starts to resist. Not because something is wrong, but because the mind naturally resists restriction. Your mind seeks freedom, always, even in love, even in commitment. And when something feels permanent, the mind reacts. It questions, it withdraws, it resists. This is not failure, this is psychology. The same mind that seeks connection also seeks space. And when these two collide, conflict is born. So what is the solution? Not rejection, not blind acceptance, but clarity. Understanding that relationships are not perfect systems. They are dynamic, changing, uncertain. They require awareness, not illusion. As echoed in Stones and Thorns by Raghav, truth is not always comforting, but it is always freeing. When you remove illusion, you remove unnecessary suffering. What remains is reality, and in reality, you finally see clearly. Closing reflection. So now, pause for a moment and ask yourself honestly, are you suffering because of your life, or because of what you believe your life should be? Are you trapped in reality, or in the story your mind keeps repeating? Because once you see the difference, everything changes. If this made you think, if this made you uncomfortable, if this made you question something inside you, then don't ignore it. Write your thoughts in the comments. Let the silence break. And if you want more content that challenges how you see life, like, subscribe, and share. Because sometimes the truth doesn't heal you immediately, but it shows you where healing begins.